I read today that IMMAF has signed a deal that sees international sport management and marketing by the hosting rights to IMMAF Senior and Junior World Championships for the next 5 years. That's from 2023 to 2027. Tell us a little bit more about that, if you don't mind. Just give us kind of a summary of that.
I mean, that's breaking news. I mean, what we've done there is work with an agent to sell our hosting right fees and guarantee our hosting right fees for 5 years. That's a phenomenal position for us to be. What that does is changes the game again at another level. What it means is that, we can guarantee funding for the next 5 years in order to inject into the National Federation and the development of the sport from grassroots. And it's breaking news, and it's another game changer in the development of amateur sports. And that's a benefit to all the national federations in terms of what we can do. And we're going to change the game. We're going to up the competition pathway. So Grand Slams, Grand Prix, more youth events. So you'll see European youth, Pan Ams, more investment in the Caribbean, more investment in Africa. I mean, we're going to change the game. We're going to have a major impact in how this game is perceived from the base. We're going to ensure that this is a sport that has longevity. It's not something that's a fad. And we're going to ensure that, we get the development and the resources into the right areas to ensure that the next generation of athletes are protected, and that had a major impact in changing the perception of the sport. We all know where it came from. And, as I said, it's important for us to fight through that. And as I said before, UFC have done a phenomenal job. They get it. They understood that you have to change the base in order to have longevity of the game. And, the days of coming from another core sports and coming across, those days are limited. If you want to come into this sport, you're going to have to start at the beginning. You imagine coming up a kid that's been doing it from the age of 10 all the way up to 21, 22, 23. That's a different skill set. We've got one lad that's already been signed up. He's phenomenal. Makiev, 2 fights already into the U. He's one of the youngest competitors that have been signed up. Didn't even win a senior world. Only 2 times junior world championship.
Wow.
And that's an indication of the program where it is today. So this deal that we've done is, as I said, it's another benchmark. And it's going to change what we do in terms of how, we invest into the development of the sport and the grassroots of the sport will enable us to do that in order to, because what we don't want to do is just have one nation dominating the sport. We want all the federations and on all continents that are pushing, as equally as possible, even any of our national federations. So we will try and, develop a strategy that kind of helps the support of the weaker ones. But I'm telling you, it's a game changer, and we're going to be pushing hard with this new initiative deal that we're doing in order to, change the sport and the perception and, the outcome of changing what you do at the bottom will change what happens in the results at the top.
You guys are certainly leading the charge and enabling all that development on all fronts. I have one last question for you. You're nominated for the Fighters Only World MMA Award. What does this nomination mean to you?
Yeah, I'm very proud to have been nominated into an elite pack of that have been developing and promoting the sport over the years. For me, it's just great to be nominated. And what for me is that it shows the team that I have and the support that I have, being able to have this platform in order to really put the message out there. It's more of a messaging for me, being able to have that nomination, and that the fact that amateur MMA is here to stay, and that the team are doing a phenomenal job in order to get me nominated. I couldn't have done it without my team. And for me, what it means is that it shows there's a recognition for the amateur development of the sport. Because we're up against other candidates that are on the professional side in the sport. But we want people to recognise the development that's coming through, because that's where the game's going to change. A lot of these athletes are going to end up on these professional rosters. So the work that we're doing collectively gives us the opportunity, and having a platform like this gives me the opportunity to speak about the work that's been done by IMMAF at every level. So for me, it's great, and long may it continue. But the real work is the stake in the ground that IMMAF is doing, the pathway at every level for everybody in the family that's growing through the amateur development of the sport. So I'm excited, and at the same time, it gives me a big smile on my face to say that I'm recognised for the work and the what we've contributed to the development of the sport of mixed martial arts.